My child, before you move away from this moment, before your mind tells you to scroll past, listen to me for just a little while. I know how loud your thoughts have been. I know how your chest tightens when you try to rest. I know how fear shows up even on days when nothing is wrong. You smile, you function, you keep going, but inside, your peace has been slipping away. My child, I see the anxiety you don't talk about, the worries you replay at night, the conversations you rehearse that may never happen, the future you keep trying to control because uncertainty scares you. You ask yourself, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I lose what I love? What if I'm not strong enough? And even when everything is quiet, your heart still feels restless. My child, that fear is not coming from me. I did not create you to live in constant tension. I did not design your heart to carry tomorrow's weight today. I did not call you to survive life instead of living it. I know you've been trying to hold everything together, trying to stay ahead of problems that haven't arrived yet, trying to be strong so nothing falls apart. But fear has been stealing your peace little by little, softly, quietly, disguised as responsibility, disguised as preparation, disguised as wisdom. My child, it is exhausting, isn't it? You lie down to rest, but your mind keeps running. You pray, but your thoughts interrupt. You trust me, yet fear still whispers, what if God doesn't come through this time? And you feel guilty for even thinking that. But hear me gently now. I am not disappointed in you. I am not distant from you. I am not asking you to fight fear alone. I am inviting you to let it go. Stay with me, my child. Stay right here with me. I know you've learned how to hide your fear behind strength. You tell yourself, I'll be fine. I've handled worse. I just need to push through. But inside, your heart feels tired. Not weak, just tired. Tired of always being alert. Tired of scanning for what could go wrong. Tired of carrying a sense of urgency, even when nothing is chasing you. My child, fear has trained your mind to live in the future instead of resting in the present. It pulls you forward, then leaves you empty. When you arrive, you replay old mistakes, thinking they were warnings. You remember moments of loss and tell yourself, I have to be ready this time, so you stay guarded. You stay tense. You stay braced. And slowly, peace feels unfamiliar. But hear me now, gently. Peace is not something you have to earn. It is not a reward for having everything figured out. It is not the absence of problems. Peace is my presence with you. My child, I see how fear has made you doubt your own decisions. You second-guess yourself. You hesitate. You wonder if one wrong move could undo everything. You ask for signs. You look for certainty. You wait for guarantees that this world cannot give. And when they don't come, fear tightens its grip. But I want you to know this. You do not need to see the whole path to take the next step. You do not need to understand everything to be held securely. I am not asking you to stop caring. I am asking you to stop carrying what was never meant to be on your shoulders. My child, Fear convinces you that everything depends on you, that if you loosen your grip, everything will fall apart. That is a heavy lie. You were never meant to be your own protector, your own provider, your own source of peace. You were meant to walk with me. Let that truth settle into your heart. Do not rush away. My child, I want you to notice something gently. Fear has been speaking to you as if it knows the future, as if it has authority, as if it has proof. But fear has never seen what I am preparing for you. It only remembers pain. It only replays loss. It only predicts based on yesterday. And yesterday is not where your life is headed. My child, when fear rises, it does not mean you are failing in faith. It means you are human, standing at the edge of something uncertain. Even the strongest hearts feel afraid when they care deeply. But fear becomes harmful when it replaces trust. You have been trying to manage outcomes instead of trusting my hands. You have been rehearsing worst-case scenarios instead of resting in my promises. That is why your soul feels restless. I never asked you to figure everything out. I never asked you to predict what might happen. I never asked you to carry the weight of tomorrow. I asked you to walk with me today. My child, look at how much energy fear has taken from you. Energy that was meant for joy. Energy that was meant for love. Energy that was meant for growth. Fear drains you before anything even happens. And many of the things you worried about never came at all. Yet the stress was real. The tension was real. The sleepless nights were real. That is why I'm calling you now, to release what is stealing your peace. Not all at once, not perfectly, but honestly. Bring me the thoughts you keep trying to solve alone. Bring me the scenarios you keep replaying. Bring me the fears you are tired of fighting. I am not overwhelmed by them. I am not threatened by them. I am not distant from you because of them. I am here, my child. Peace begins when you stop arguing with fear and start listening to my voice. And my voice says this: you are not alone. You are not unprotected. You are not forgotten. I am holding what you cannot control. Stay with me. My child, I want you to slow your breathing for a moment. Not because everything is suddenly solved, but because you are safe with me right now. Fear has taught you to stay alert even in stillness, to listen for danger even in moments of peace, to believe that if you relax, something will go wrong. But hear me gently. Rest is not weakness. Rest is trust. When you refuse to rest, you are not being strong. You are being afraid to let me hold you. My child, you have been carrying responsibility. That belongs to me. You have been guarding outcomes I never placed in your hands. You have been worrying as if your worry could change tomorrow. It cannot, but my presence can. I know fear tells you if you don't think about it, you won't be prepared. If you don't worry, you'll be caught off guard. If you let go, you'll lose control. But what has fear really given you? Tension, exhaustion, a restless mind, a heart that struggles to be still. That is not the life I promised you. My child, I promised you peace that does not depend on circumstances. I promised you rest, even in the middle of uncertainty. I promised you strength, that comes from trust, not tension. You do not need to understand everything to trust me. You do not need to feel fearless to be faithful. Faith is choosing to place your weight on me, even while fear is present. Let me say this slowly so your heart can hear it. You are allowed to let go, even before things make sense. I am not asking you to deny reality. I am asking you to release control. My child, what you are facing is not bigger than me. What you are carrying was never meant to crush you. What you fear does not have authority over you. I am with you in this moment. I will be with you in the next one, and I will be with you in whatever comes after. Stay with me, my child. I want you to understand something very important now. Fear has been convincing you that peace will come after everything is resolved. After the answers arrive, after the situation changes, after the outcome is clear. But peace does not live in the future. Peace lives with me in this present moment. If you wait for fear to disappear before you rest, you will wait forever. Fear always finds a new reason to speak. That is why I'm teaching you a different way to live, not by eliminating fear, but by choosing trust in its presence. My child, you have mistaken control for safety. You believe that if you stayed vigilant, if you planned enough, if you worried hard enough, you could protect yourself. But safety has never come from control. Safety comes from being held. And you are held by me. I see how fear has made you carry responsibility for everyone else. You feel like if you don't stay strong, others will fall apart. If you don't hold it together, everything will collapse. That weight is not yours. You were not created to be the savior of your life. You were created to walk with one. My child, I know letting go feels risky. It feels like stepping into the unknown. It feels like surrendering the only thing that made you feel prepared. But surrender is not loss. Surrender is trust placed in the right hands. When you release fear, you are not giving up. You are handing over what you were never meant to carry alone. And I receive it gladly. I do not judge you for being afraid. I do not rush you. I do not demand perfection. I walk at your pace. Let your shoulders soften. Let your thoughts slow. Let your heart rest for a moment. Nothing is slipping through my fingers. I am watching over you. Stay with me, my child. I know that even as you hear my words, your mind tries to interrupt. It says, but what about this problem? But what if this doesn't work out? But what if I get hurt again? Fear does not give up easily. It has lived with you for a long time. It learned your voice. It learned your memories. It learned your wounds. But fear is not your home. I want you to see how often fear speaks in urgency. It rushes you. It pressures you. It tells you that everything is critical and must be solved right now. My voice is different. I speak with calm. I speak with patience. I speak with assurance. I do not rush you because I am not anxious about your future. My child, when you feel rushed inside, that is not me. I guide. I lead. I wait with you. Fear tells you that one mistake will ruin everything, that one delay will cost you your chance, that one wrong decision will undo all progress. That is not how I work. I redeem, I restore, I adjust paths without condemning you. You are not walking on a fragile line where one step sends you falling. You are walking with me, and I steady you. My child, your life is not hanging by a thread. It is held by purpose. Even the moments that confuse you now will one day make sense in ways you cannot yet imagine. I am not absent when things feel unclear. I am often closest when answers are quiet. Let me remind you, I am not limited by timing. I am not blocked by obstacles. I am not threatened by uncertainty. What feels unstable to you is not unstable to me. So when fear rises again, and it may, do not panic. Simply return to me. Breathe. Listen. Rest. I am here. My child, there is something fear has never told you. It has never told you how many times I have already carried you through. It has never reminded you of the doors that opened when you thought nothing would change. It has never shown you how often I protected you from things you never even saw coming. Fear has a short memory, but I remember everything. I remember the nights you thought you would not make it. I remember the moments you felt alone, overwhelmed, unsure. And I remember how you are still here, not by your strength alone, but by my grace. My child, you keep asking yourself, why am I like this? Why can't I just be calm? Why do I always feel on edge? And fear answers, because something is wrong with you. But listen to me now. Nothing is wrong with you. You learned fear because life hurt you. You learned anxiety because you cared deeply. You learned vigilance because you were trying to survive. But survival is not your final chapter. You are no longer in the season that taught you to be afraid. You are in a season that is teaching you to trust. And trust takes time. My child, do not shame yourself for the ways you protected your heart. Those coping habits kept you alive once, but now they are no longer needed. You do not have to stay guarded to stay safe. You do not have to stay tense to stay prepared. You can loosen your grip without losing your ground. I am teaching your heart a new rhythm, one that moves slower, one that listens more, one that rests deeper. And yes, it will feel unfamiliar at first. Peace often feels strange to those who lived in fear for too long. But give yourself grace. I am not rushing your healing. I am walking it with you. Stay with me. My child, there will be moments when peace begins to settle in your heart and suddenly fear will whisper, "This won't last." It will tell you that calm is temporary, that something bad is waiting, that you should prepare yourself for disappointment. But listen to me now. Peace is not fragile when it is rooted in me. Fear learned to speak loudly because you listened to it for so long. But that does not mean it speaks truth. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between intuition and anxiety. Anxiety shouts. It rushes. It demands certainty. My voice reassures. It steadies. It invites trust. When fear rises, do not argue with it. Do not chase it away in panic. Simply turn your attention to me. My child, you do not need to defend yourself from tomorrow. Tomorrow already belongs to me. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not missing what is meant for you. What is meant for you will not pass you by because you rested. Rest does not delay destiny. Rest prepares you for it. I know you fear that letting go will make you careless, but peace does not make you careless. It makes you clear. Clarity comes when your mind is not crowded with imagined disasters. Clarity grows when your heart is not exhausted. My child, I am not asking you to stop caring about your life. I am asking you to stop carrying it alone. Lean into me when your thoughts spiral. Lean into me when uncertainty rises. Lean into me when you feel the urge to take control again. I will steady you. I am not leaving. My child, I want to speak to the part of you that is afraid to hope, because hope feels risky to you now. You've been disappointed before. You've trusted before. You've believed things would change, and then they didn't. So fear stepped in and said, lower your expectations. Don't get too excited. Protect your heart. And you listened. But hear me gently. Guarding your heart is not the same as closing it. I never asked you to stop hoping. I never asked you to shrink your faith, to avoid pain. Hope is not naive. Hope is courageous. My child, fear has convinced you that disappointment is proof that trusting me does not work. But disappointment is not evidence of my absence. It is often evidence that you were growing, stretching, stepping forward. Even when things did not turn out the way you expected, I was still working. You could not see it then, but you will see it. I know fear says, if you hope again, you'll be hurt again. But I say this, if you stop hoping, you stop living. Hope is how your soul breathes. My child, I am not asking you to pretend the past didn't hurt. I am asking you to stop letting it define what is possible now. The future is not repeating itself. It is unfolding, and I am already there. What you fear losing, I can protect. What you fear failing, I can redeem. What you fear facing alone, you never will. Let your heart open again, slowly, gently, with me. You do not need to rush into trust. You just need to lean into it. I will meet you there. Stay with me, my child. There is something else fear has been doing quietly. It has been stealing your ability to be present. Even when you are surrounded by people, your mind drifts ahead. Even during moments that should feel good, your heart stays guarded. Even when blessings arrive, you brace yourself for what might take them away. Fear has taught you to live one step removed from joy, but joy was never meant to be postponed. My child, I did not create you only to endure life. I created you to experience it. The laughter you hesitate to release, the peace you feel guilty enjoying, the calm moments you cut short with worry. These are gifts, not traps. Fear tells you that enjoying the moment makes you vulnerable, but vulnerability is not the enemy. Living closed off is. I see how you flinch when things start going well, how you tell yourself this won't last, how you prepare for loss before it ever arrives. That preparation has cost you more than loss ever did. My child, you do not need to rehearse pain to survive it. When pain comes and life has its moments, I will be there. You do not have to borrow sorrow from a future that has not happened. I want you to practice something new. When peace arrives, do not question it. When joy shows up, do not chase it away. When calm settles in your chest, let it stay. This is not foolishness. This is trust. You are allowed to enjoy what is good without fear of punishment. Nothing good in your life, Anje me, nothing peaceful you feel threatens your future. I delight in seeing you breathe freely again. Stay with me, my child. Let me speak gently into something you rarely admit out loud. You are tired of being strong, not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, but the kind that comes from holding yourself together for too long. You have learned how to smile while your heart feels heavy, how to keep going even when your soul whispers, I need rest. Fear told you that stopping meant failing, that slowing down meant weakness, that asking for help meant you were not enough. But listen to me now. Rest is not quitting. Rest is trusting. I never asked you to carry everything alone. I never designed your heart to be a battlefield every single day. My child, even I withdrew to quiet places. Even I rested. Even I breathed. So why do you punish yourself for needing the same? Fear has convinced you that if you stop holding it all together, everything will fall apart. But I am holding it, even when you let go. You are allowed to lay your head down. You are allowed to release control. You are allowed to say, I cannot do this alone. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. I am not disappointed in your exhaustion. I am moved by it because it tells me you have been trying. You have been faithful. You have been fighting quietly. And now I am calling you to something gentler. Come closer. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. Let your heart rest in my presence. You do not need to prove your strength to me. I already see it, and I am not finished with you. Stay here with me. My child, stay with me a little longer. There is something important your anxious thoughts have never told you. Fear is loud, but it is not wise. It rushes you, pressures you, demands answers before the time is right. But I move differently. I move with patience, with purpose, with perfect timing. You keep asking, when will this end? When will I feel okay again? When will my mind finally be quiet? And I understand those questions. I hear them late at night, when your thoughts won't slow down, when your body is tired, but your mind keeps running. My child, peace is not something you chase. Peace is something you receive. Fear tells you to fix everything first before you can rest. I tell you to rest first so you can heal. You do not need all the answers today. You do not need to see the whole path. You do not need to understand every delay. You only need to take the next breath with me. I know the future you are afraid of. I see the outcomes you imagine in your mind. I see the worst-case scenarios you replay again and again. And I tell you gently, those thoughts are not prophecies. They are not promises. They are not your destiny. They are only fears asking for attention. And you do not belong to fear. You belong to me. I am not leading you into harm. I am not setting you up for failure. I am not ignoring your prayers. I am working in ways you cannot see yet. The delay you hate is protecting you. The silence you fear is shaping you. The waiting is strengthening parts of you that comfort never could. One day, you will look back and realize what felt like anxiety was actually preparation. What felt like pressure was actually pruning. And what felt like you were losing control was the moment you were finally learning to trust me. My child, you are not falling apart. You are being held while you are becoming. Stay with me. My child, I know you are tired of being strong. I know there are days when your smile feels heavy, when courage feels forced, when even faith feels like effort. You keep telling yourself, I should be over this by now. I should be stronger than this. I shouldn't still feel this way. But listen to me carefully. Healing is not a race. Growth is not a performance. And strength is not the absence of struggle. True strength is choosing to keep walking, even when your legs tremble. True faith is staying with me, even when your heart feels unsure. You did not imagine the pain you went through. You did not exaggerate the wounds. What hurt you really hurt. And I never expected you to carry that weight alone. I was there when the betrayal happened. I was there when the door closed without explanation. I was there when the words cut deeper than you admitted to anyone. I saw you try to move on quickly because you didn't want to feel weak. I saw you stay silent because you didn't want to be a burden. But my child, your tears never burdened me. Every tear you hid, I collected. Every prayer you whispered, I heard. Fear has been whispering lies to you, telling you that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But look at me. I am not asking you to let go of responsibility. I am asking you to let go of control. Control was never meant to be your source of peace. That is why your mind feels exhausted. That is why your body feels tense. That is why your spirit feels restless. You have been carrying what I asked you to trust me with. And still, I have not abandoned you. I have been patient while you learned, gentle while you struggled, faithful even when your confidence wavered. My child, your anxiety does not disqualify you. Your fear does not disappoint me. Your questions do not offend me. Bring them to me. Bring me the worries you replay in your mind. Bring me the thoughts you are afraid to say out loud. Bring me the future you feel unsure about. I am not overwhelmed by them. I am steady. I am present. I am with you, right here. And I am not finished with you. Stay close. My child, come closer now. You have carried enough for today. You have thought enough. You have worried enough. Rest here with me. Let your shoulders relax. Let your breathing slow. Let your heart remember that it does not belong to fear. Fear told you that peace was something you had to earn. But peace has always been a gift I place gently in your soul. You do not have to figure everything out tonight. You do not have to solve tomorrow before it arrives. I will walk into tomorrow ahead of you. I will stand in the moments you fear. I will soften what feels impossible. I will open doors you cannot yet see. Trust does not mean you will never feel anxious again. Trust means you choose me, even when anxiety tries to speak louder. And every time you choose me, your fear loses its power. My child, you are not weak for needing reassurance. You are human, and you are deeply loved. I am proud of you for staying, for listening, for not giving up even when your peace felt stolen. Tonight, lay your worries at my feet. Tomorrow, walk with lighter steps. And when fear returns, remember this moment. I am still here. I will always be here. My child, if you believe in me and in your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, subscribe to this channel. I am with you, always.